What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Nothing But Skills, and today, man, we have a lot to talk about, and I mean a lot to talk about. During the state of the game today, they went over exactly when 1.8.3 is being released. It will be released next Thursday, August the 23rd. So that is when we're going to see a lot of big changes to not only the PvP, but a little bit to the PvE side. But hey, for you guys who are worried about the striker affecting the PvE side, you don't have to worry about that. But we'll get into all those details right now. So the first thing we're going to talk about is striker. So how is striker being nerfed in 1.8.3? But before we do, if you're new to my channel, it's the first time you're watching one of my videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. And as always, if you have any questions after watching this video, use the comment section down below. So let's get into the striker nerf. So the first thing you notice once 1.8.3 comes out is EMPs now cause you to lose stacks. So you remember before it would pause you from losing stacks or gaining any stacks. Now, as soon as you get EMP'd, your stacks will start to drop because you can no longer keep those stacks up because they're not paused. So when you do get EMP'd, those stacks will slowly go away, and that is one nerf that they did to the striker. So a lot of you are saying, hey, that's not too bad, right? It doesn't pause it anymore. It slowly makes you lose your stacks. I'm okay with that, right? Now, number two, so the healing rate has been lowered from 1.8.2 to 1.8.3. So the healing rate isn't as strong as it used to be. And also, one bullet is one stack, no longer one bullet is two stacks, so you won't build that 100% healing rate as fast anymore. So it's like if you had the 4-piece prior to 1.8.3. Now the healing rate is also reduced in last stand, dark zone, and skirmish. Remember, this takes place only in PvP settings. So dark zone, last stand, and skirmish, you only get that one stack for one bullet, not that 2% stacks for one bullet. So it was cut in half for PvP, and the healing rate is lowered. They haven't came out and said how much smaller it is. The way it reads is the same way that the 6-piece read before. It just at the bottom says, while in the dark zone, last stand, or skirmish, each hit only adds one stack instead of two, and the healing rate is reduced. So how bad the healing rate is reduced, they haven't said. They said it's only slightly, it's not huge, but you will notice a difference in the healing rate. Now the next big change is the one that might affect a lot of you guys. One stack equals one shot. So that means no longer 50 bullets is 100% stack, and how fast you can get that 100% stack. Now one shot equals one stack, and that's a big difference, guys. That is a game changer right there, and I feel like that's where a lot of people might be on the iffy side of if they like this nerf, if they don't like the nerf. It's gonna take a lot more skill to get that 100% stack, but if you're good enough, you can still work with this set. It's not dead, the set still is viable, but it's gonna take a lot more skill. EMPs no longer pause you, they make you lose stacks. Healing rate has been lowered slightly. You still have a good healing rate, they said. And then the big change is one stack is one shot. So you need to hit 100 bullets to have 100% stacks. Now remember, this is only for PvP. So when you're in last stand, skirmish, or dark zone, this is where this takes effect. This will not take effect to all PvE strikers when you're doing legendary missions, challenging missions. That does not affect you at all. This is only for PvP. So a lot of you PvE guys who are a little worried about it, you don't have to be. Now another big change is the shotgun stack. A lot of people were concerned with it because they say, well, you can still build your stack really fast with the shotgun. Well, one shot is one stack now. No longer with the Showstopper in 7 shots you could be at 100% stack. 7 shots will be 7 stacks. So that's why that's the big change right there too. So with the SASG, the M870, the Showstopper, all those shotguns, one stack is one shot. So that's a big change, and I'm glad that they fixed that. A lot of people also said that the Showstopper had the glitch where you could rapid fire faster than you were intended to if you press the trigger fast enough. Well, they did fix that too. So no longer can you rapid fire the Showstopper. Has been fixed. Now they did say there is some coding in there where it will sound like you're doing it, it will feel like you're doing it, but you'll see that the damage is not doing it. So there's something with the coding that they couldn't change, but they did fix that glitch. So the Showstopper has been fixed. And then the Showstopper's auto aim, you guys do know that the shotgun's auto aim all got nerfed back in 1.8.2. Well, they did the same thing to the Showstopper now. So those third-party devices that were taking advantage of the Showstopper no longer can take advantage of the Showstopper. So the Showstopper's auto aim has been taken off, and then the RPM glitch has been fixed. So two big things a lot of you guys were worried about with the Showstopper being overpowered with the striker set. That is no longer the case. That is a big nerf right there, and I'm glad they were able to fix that. Another thing I know you guys are going to say is, well, if they're going to do EMPs for striker, did they fix the running in place glitch? Yes, they took care of the running in place glitch. It has been fixed, and you would no longer have that desync. When you're sitting in a box, you get EMP'd. They have fixed all that. So hopefully Once 1.8.3 drops, we'll see all that clear up, and you won't have to worry about getting shot behind the wall because somehow you were desynced and you had took off, you were down the street, and the person still saw you right in front of them. They were able to shoot you, and then all of a sudden you got all that burst damage. So they did fix that, and I'm glad they were able to fix that. I'm glad they took care of Striker. I feel like the build diversity that we're going to see on 1.8.3 is going to be good, and we'll talk about that in just a sec. But there's one more big change that I think this could be a game changer. This has nothing to do with the nerf for Striker. This has nothing to do with the EMP fix. Nothing to do with the nerf for Showstopper. They nerfed the support station. So before you used to be able to drop the support station and explode it right away, and you would get that instant heal, right? It was better than your booster shot. It was better than your overdose. Now they did change this. They haven't gave us the full details, but the way it's going to work now is the longer the box is down, the bigger the heal is. It still heals you a little bit, but it doesn't heal you as much as it used to. So I don't know exactly the details. They haven't said how strong the support station heal is still going to be. They did say they nerfed it a little bit. So if you drop the box and you explode it immediately, your heal is going to be significantly less than what it is now. Now it's a nice chunk of change right there, but in 1.8.3 they did change that. So that is a big change. I'm excited to see how strong that heal is, how weak it is. I really want to know what the change is. What they did say in the state of the game is the longer it's down, the stronger that heal gets. So if you have it down longer, the bigger the heal is going to be when you finally explode it. So I'm really excited to see how this whole support station will work in 1.8.3. Will that cause us to have to use electronics? Now we might have to start speccing into electronics again, just like we did in 1.7, 1.6. We might have to change the way we make our builds, because if we can't heal with the support station, what's going to keep us alive? Our time to kill will go down. So maybe speccing into electronics so that way you can have more survivability. Who knows, drop those firearms a little bit down so that way you can have stamina and electronics and maybe run lower firearms. That could be something we start to see. Only time will tell, and when 1.8.3 comes out, that's when we'll be able to figure this all out, and that's when we'll be able to make our builds, make our changes, and adapt. And that's what we've always done with the Division community. Since 1.1 all the way to 1.8.3, we've always adapted, we've always changed, and we've always had fun. And I think that's what makes this game good. That's why people still play it. When you have to change your playstyle, it makes it like a new game, right? So with all these small changes, I think it's a good thing. So what we're going to do right now, we're just going to recap everything that is being done in case you guys missed it at the very beginning. So remember, this update comes out Thursday, August the 23rd, 2018. So that's next Thursday. The big changes are the EMPs now make you lose stacks if you're running Striker versus just pausing you. So before, if you were at 100% stack and they hit you with the EMP, you would be paused. Now if you had 100% stack, you would slowly start to lose your stacks over time. Healing rate has been lowered. Remember, all these changes are for PvP, so the healing rate has been lowered for PvP. Also, one shot equals one stack for PvP. This only affects PvP, not PvE. And another big change is the shotguns with Striker. One shot is one stack with any shotgun you're using. The Showstopper's auto aim was fixed. It no longer shoots faster than intended. The RPM is capped out. Now you may hear it, your controller may still rumble, but that has all been changed, and that's just something in the coding that they couldn't change that part. Running in place glitch, the whole desync issue that Marco Styles put out there has been fixed. And the last thing that they did change, because they wanted to see the support station being used like a support station, is the whole dropping and exploding it was nerfed, or was changed. I don't want to say nerfed, it was just changed. So we're going to have to use it a lot different. So these are some big changes, guys. What do you guys think about the Striker nerf? What do you guys think about the Showstopper fix, the running in place glitch being fixed? And lastly, what do you really think about the support station, how that healing rate's going to change the game? I think we're going to see a lot of build diversity. I can't wait to be using all my builds. In this video, you see me use my Alpha Bridge. I personally like running Alpha Bridge, but there's a lot of other builds I like running. I like running Banshee. I like running my Ninja Bike backpack builds. I like running Nomad. I might even bring my Pred out and run it a different way just to troll people. There are so many different builds that you're going to be able to run in 1.8.3 that I think we won't see Striker 95% of the time, right? Because when we go into the Dark Zone right now, if you're running to a group, Most of the time, 3 of the guys are running striker, right? That is 100% true. Most of the time. Now, there are those exceptions. There are those players who like running other builds. Big shout out to them for always changing the game, always playing other builds. But right now, when you go into the dark zone, 95% of the time, you're running against striker. And then in last stand, the guys who are getting those high scores, most of the time, they're running striker. So it's going to be good to see other builds shine, other builds and other people who have skill but don't like running striker shine. So that's what I like to see. And if you guys have any questions, your thoughts, whatever you want to say, use the comment section down below. If you're new to my channel, first time you're watching the video, hit that subscribe button. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. And as always, guys, if you don't see me in last stand, if you don't see me in skirmish, if you don't see me in the dark zone, it's only a matter of time. Nothing but skills is out.